Okay. So in that case, today we're gonna run through what we have learned for the past couple of weeks, and I'm gonna add in a little challenge. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna show you some of my questions that I've actually accumulated for the last I guess almost 10 years. But these questions are actually past questions from previous schools. Okay, just a little challenge to see how much you have understand and whether you can actually compete with the rest of the other top 10 schools exam paper. Okay, but there's no stress. Okay, it's just related to this topic. So basically, it's something that we can actually try since we already learned this topic. Now, before that, I am going to also introduce something else. I think a couple of weeks ago, I did try to play the video on while we are doing the lesson, and it seems like also yesterday I did try again, but you can't hear the sound, right? Have
Yesterday,
you tried that? Okay.
yes,
Can you? Sorry?
yesterday was not my class.
No. I'm teaching every day. So basically, I tried it yesterday with other classes, and apparently, I think for some reason, if I play the video on Zoom, I don't know, is it because of my laptop, the the memory bytes or whatever, it doesn't support the sound. So the only thing that I can do is that I will have to play the video and I will be the translator to explain while you watch the video. And of course, I will put the video with the subtitle. Okay. So because there are along the way throughout the year, the whole topics, all the topics, there are many videos I want to share with you. I want you to watch as well. And it will be very interesting and also very helpful when you look at something that's actually moving. You help to visualize better. And I think you like it as well, right? It's not so boring, correct or not? You like videos, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So okay, so I'm gonna do that. Then anyway, recent current events today, based on what we learned, just a new updates for the last 3 weeks. It has been ongoing on the newspaper. I don't know if you read newspaper or did your mom tell you. I think you should still be able to see it because there are a lot of my Singapore friends who are still there. They managed to see it, so I'm quite surprised and impressed. The thing is that Singapore is a small island, and because the lights, the street lights everywhere, it kind of pollute the sky. So it makes it very glaring and very bright. So I don't know, even at night, unless you can see a really clear sky, you can try. Okay. Now, the last 3 weeks, you will be able to see, if you can see the moon, okay, up and down, you can also see Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn with the naked eye. Do you know these three planets?
yeah, I do.
You know, and
They're
our
very
solar system.
Earth.
Sorry?
They're far from Earth.
Yes, they are. But because the last 3 weeks, the alignment is in such a way that is in one straight line, and you are able to because they're quite close, so you can see they look like stars. Now we are very lucky. I'm born in this era. My husband saw it 2 days ago. Okay, my husband is not living with us because he's posted away for 4 months for training for his Air Force, and I'm alone at home. So basically, I was emptying out the rubbish the other day, I think last week on Thursday, and I happened to look up the sky. So anyway, it's very cold here. It's winter, and I didn't bother, but I didn't expect to see, which I got a very nice view. Now I don't know about Singapore. You can cross your finger, you can try. It must be really dark. Don't look at where the street lamps are. You must just see a patch of black sky. Then the lights will not reflect and glare you from the sight of the stars, the black sky. Okay. So what I saw was because last week was a crescent moon. So the moon was there and I can see the crescent, but there is something weird and I noticed very obvious and it's very striking, very sharp. It doesn't blink. Now, the only difference you tell between a star and a planet is that planets don't blink. They reflect the light from the sun. So you can see and also another difference is Saturn, got the ring, right?
Yeah.
Saturn planet got a ring. Okay, what happened is that this very shiny thing that glares in the sky, it looks like star, but it doesn't blink. You can see Saturn, there's actually fiery, like a oval shape. it actually shows the ring like it's just a blurry ring. And a lot of them posted a lot of pictures for the last 3 weeks on Instagram, on Facebook, and I was looking, they took with their handphone. So I was like, oh my God, that is really, really nice and very clear. It's like a spot, just a spot. But then actually, to be honest, I don't want to bring your hope highs because in Singapore is very hard to see. But I'm here in the UK, I can actually see it. And it's cold because it's cold and I can't be bothered to take a photo because I have to be in the house, and I just run and throw the rubbish, and I actually quickly hide in the house. It's very cold. And also, I also don't know where my phone is at that point, so I don't bother to go out anymore. Venus, actually, every single evening, even in Singapore, you can see it. But every other planet, you will have to be when they're in alignment. So meaning to say they are in this, you know, all these planets rotate around the sun, right? So based on the rotation, based on the time, based on I think if I'm not wrong, every 100 years or every 70 years, sometimes their alignment kind of matches every other planet, so they become lined up in one row. So Jupiter is the biggest, but it's also the furthest. You can actually see that. Okay. If you're interested, I can show you some photos that I take from my friend, but I have to ask their permission because they took it, and some of them do have a telescope, because I do own a telescope. When I was back in Singapore, I didn't bring it. So I can't bring it all the way to move it here. I was actually watching stars for a couple of years, and I spent, I think, over 3,000 Singapore dollars on a good telescope. So I brought it to the sea all the time at East Coast Park to actually watch the stars. But I think that hobby died after when I was 33. So I didn't do that anymore. That was like 10 years ago. My hobby died, so I didn't really bother anymore. And that telescope was rusty, so it was a lot of money. But you can actually see a lot of things. You can actually even see the Andromeda galaxy. Okay, now the only sad thing is that in your time now, they took your topic out. But in my time, did you know that solar system is in the primary school syllabus? And the secondary school syllabus, yeah, it's very interesting. So it's not that boring. But anyway, I think the whole idea is you need to study things on Earth first before you start studying outer space. Okay, so let's go on now. Later, I'll show you a video
In Singapore
of,
also cold.
sorry again.
In Singapore at nighttime very cold. Very cold.
You know what? Your cold is not my idea of cold. It's not really winter cold. It's just the wind.
No,
But
not
then
rain,
I know
because
rainy
of the
season.
heavy rains.
Yeah,
Or like one rain, then 5 minutes, no rain, then again rain.
yeah. I think also the weather is changing because of the global
Right.
warming. So sometimes it's I think now the weather is getting a bit dramatic, very extreme now. So sometimes you should be warm, but yet you get the coldness because the polar shift is kind of slowly happening, and also the global warming affects everything. Okay, so have you watched this week video from the website before we do the lesson? Have you watched?
I was like, I was watching, and then when I was like, when my auntie was said, like I was watching right now, just now, but then when my
Yeah.
auntie, what, can you check what time is it? Because I think science tuition class, and then when I look at the time, I'm like, oh my God, it's 5:29.
So was that why you're late?
Yep.
Okay, try to watch it way before, okay? Before you come. And also try to watch in advance. Try to watch next week before you attend next week. Okay, so if you have watched a little bit, then good. At least you know what I'm going to talk about. Have you do the worksheet then? Did you print it out?
No.
Never.
Without, I cannot print out without my father.
Oh, okay. All right, it's okay. So let's do the questions then, and then we'll do structured questions. After that, I'll see if we got time. We'll show you some videos. Let's look at the first one. If you have already watched the video, you recap everything you learned about living and non-living things, how to classify them, how to identify them.
Can Can I
We
circle
should be
it?
able to. Sorry?
Can I circle it?
Yeah, of course. That's why if you those who knows how to play with a magical pen, or the annotation,
For some
just
strange reason, whenever I try to annotate, right, it like duplicates it right next to it, and to make it longer for 5 seconds, then it goes off.
huh?
Yeah, it duplicates whatever, right?
That's weird.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so Raj has classified the balls according to what? So you got green, you got red, and then you got green. But the middle one is the same size as the first one, and then your last one is very big. So which one do you think is the category that he actually classified them again into?
Should be.
So you've got the size, because you've got big and small, they're all arranged accordingly, neat and tidy. And you got green, you got red, and then you got green. Green and red, they're all also separately, and that would be the color, isn't it?
Yeah, so anything without C is out.
So your answer is?
A and C.
Yeah. Okay. That would be A and C, that would be B, yes. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's try this.
Oh, Rahim conducted an experiment to find out how quickly bacteria can reproduce when it's kept to different temperatures. He observed, He observed the 3 dishes after one day. He concluded that bacteria reproduces slower in the temperature as temperature increases. Which of the following shows Rahim's observation at the end of the experiment? Oh, okay. This should be the most.
I think I have a video a long time ago. I think that's probably about 6-7 years ago. I have to find it back again. But did you know, just for your additional knowledge from outside your science textbook, did you know that there are actually bacteria that can survive in very hot extreme temperatures, which as hot as like a molten lava temperature, which is about 3000 degrees. And there's also bacteria who can survive in the Antarctic with extreme minus 20 plus 200 plus degrees Celsius temperature.
Those
So
are
sorry? Sorry?
We can be safe by the ones we can stay in extreme high temperature, but not the one in extreme low temperature. Because mostly some people go to Antarctica.
Oh, no. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that there are actually bacteria that actually survive in this hot temperature. So basically they cannot go, if they actually survive in the really hot one, they can't go to the really cold one or any colder. So they need that hot temperature to survive. Same thing for your really cold bacteria who actually survive in a really cold temperature. So just for your knowledge, I actually have that video, but I have to find whether they take it off. So if I can find that video, I'll show it to you, okay?
Okay.
So your answer number 2, yes. Your number 2 is B. Okay. Oh yeah, let's take that off. Next one, number 3.
Which of the following can be used by food manufacturing industries?
Yeah.
I think yeast.
Number 3 is, are you sure? Check again.
Because I remember there's some kind of
Yeah.
I remember
Answer is B. Right. Yes, it's correct. Actually, don't doubt yourself. Yes. Okay, so
was-
yeast is actually made, is also part of the ingredients that is